welcome to Board Game Smorgasbord. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
What? I'm Z Garcia. Hi.
I'm excited about today because...
What? What are you excited about?
Yeah, I'm excited because later today, we're talking about video games.
What?
Yes, we are.
Our top 10 video games. Look, because that's something we don't talk about as much, so it's more
I'm
interesting.
sick of board games, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, let's just move to video game channel fully.
So we would move from in the top 10 board games to the bottom 200,000 video.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
It definitely is.
I'm just saying, everybody covers board games, video games, books, magazines.
Yeah.
I want to start a channel where I cover pamphlets.
Yes.
That's all I talk about is pamphlets. Every now and then I'll do like a special episode of Cliff's Notes.
Cliff's. I can't pronounce it properly. Cliff's Notes.
Yeah, man. I can't disrespect Cliff.
Cliff could give you a synopsis. I miss Cliff.
What's up today,
got?
Tom?
What
What
you
are we talking about? What?
Just give us the Cliff's Notes of today.
Mike is whining in the chat. They pick all these topics I have opinions about when I'm not there. But Mike shall be here Monday. The Spring Spectacular is starting. So come on out for the Spring Spectacular. You don't have to go nowhere. You can watch it in your underwear at your home.
I do want to know what Mike's top 10 video games are, actually. I'm very curious about that.
He could make a separate video and post it.
He could, but I'm not that interested.
All right, a couple things before we start here. First of all, we have a contest for you. So this is a game from Bezier Games called Cat in the Box, the Deluxe Edition. So I noticed I just saw Cat in the Box was talking about taking pictures of their game. They're like, lots of people like to take pictures of that board with all those things. It does look really good.
Yeah.
A trick-taking game where you pick the color of the cards. So the question, which I happily did not just spoil, to enter this contest, you need to email us at contest@dicetower.com. Subject line, put prediction, and answer this question: what symbols are displayed on the player tokens? I know one of them off the top of my head.
Okay.
I think I know two of them.
Ooh.
You want me to say it? People, come on,
No, don't say it. Think it.
Just mime it.
He's a mentalist. He'll probably figure it out from you thinking.
I got it. Think of the third one now.
You don't actually do a lot of mentalism.
I don't. I knew you were going to say that, but no.
He does zero mentalism.
I did mentalism. I did at East.
I don't know. I was giving you the answers. I was giving you the answers.
Yes, you were.
Don't spoil the magic.
Magic.
Anyhow, so that's one thing. The contest, thanks to Bezier Games. Check it out. You can see it right behind Joey's arm, which is blocking most of Cat in the Box. No, move your arm out of the way. Oh, there. More farther.
There it is.
Can you slide off screen a little?
There we go.
Kitty cat in the box.
Cat in the coffee.
Also, don't forget, we are getting low on tickets for Dice Tower East. They will sell out. You do want to come. It is in Orlando this July. It's going to be fantastic. We just added a copy of Distilled to the library. We added a copy of Undaunted Battle of Britain to the library. We added Age of Heroes to the library. All these are reviews going up.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
We added Monopoly.
Ooh.
My daughter's boyfriend was like, I'm looking for games. I know he found Monopoly. He's so excited. He opened it up, and I got him again.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Nice.
All right, so that's enough of our intro stuff. Let's get to the news.
News.
All right, we got a lot of news here for you. We're going to jump right into it. First of all, from WizKids, we have a game called Unboxed. Now, I like that cover, although I bet Z's annoyed at the meeple.
The meeple on the temple.
Yeah.
I had not noticed it, but thanks for ruining this cover for me.
Is that a meeple or a starfish? That's a starfish.
Yeah, it's Patrick.
It is. Oh, it's just.
No, it's good. It's a pretty cover. I like that
It
cover.
is a pretty cover, but wow, I don't like the name.
Unboxed?
Unboxed?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't mind it.
Okay. Anyway, this is...
What's happening in it?
Chess.
Okay, I'm going to read this straight up.
Read it straight up.
Let's do it.
There's been a lot of talk within the last few months about ancient unearthed board games from Mesopotamia and Greece. So it's only a matter of time before that became a topic of a modern board game. You are unearthing pieces of ancient board games and putting the rule books of them back together. Come on, you know you hate this theme so much.
Really?
No, do I? No, that's cool.
You like meta themes?
it's not a meta theme. It may be. I mean, that is a legit theme. That could be an actual theme. Like they did find like Senate and have to like basically make it up, right? This is that theme. This could work, but it depends what you're unboxing, like unearthing. Is it a meeple? No, I hate you. Is it like a pawn? Yeah, a die. Yeah, you know what I mean? A 3D printed card.
And you have to make the rules correctly, or can you kind of make your own rules?
I'm assuming that's the gag.
Well,
right?
no, listen. It says you have to infer the rules of the game based on each game's symbology, components, and their own experience and intuition. Once the rules have been recreated, players will have a fully functional game. It costs $20.
It sounds weird, but I don't know. I'm intrigued.
I am too.
Jordan Sorensen. Do you know that name?
No. Is that the designer? I can't see that.
Yeah, Jordan Sorensen. Let's see if he's designed any other games.
Like there's a lot
he did Muse and Word Heist.
Nope.
I like Word Heist is fine.
What else is happening there?
Well, Word Heist is already ranked 17,000. How far down do you want to go? Muse.
Word Heist. Okay.
What did I give Word Heist? I don't remember what ranking I gave that game. Muse I like a lot. It's a good party game. I gave it a 7. All right, cool.
Okay, so you liked it. You were higher than most on that one.
I was very much. All right.
Okay, cool.
Let's unpacking that cover, too. What kind of games are in that? It's interesting.
Now, this next box doesn't look like much, The Finest Fish. But I will tell you, I've seen the game, and it looks pretty cool. This is made from the people who made Life of a Chameleon. Do you remember the chameleon? The really nice colored pieces. There were dual chameleons. There were 2 different colors. Anyway, this one looks great. I saw it in person. It's fantastic.
That fish has seen some stuff, by the way. Those pupils.
In this game, you have cards with a color pattern layout of scales, and you're taking these scales and you're building the fish in scales. I think you have seen pictures of this.
Okay,
you know what?
I'm
just going to open up a thing and show you guys.
This cover, I'm not a fan of that cover.
No.
It looks like a kid's book.
Yeah.
It has that kid's book feel.
I do not disagree with that. I think this was on Kickstarter.
Is this not a kid's game?
See, this is what the game looks like with these scales.
Oh, see, that
looks
pretty.
Cool, right?
I would not have pulled that out of that.
I agree.
By the way,
I agree. That's why I wanted to say, look it up online, folks. It's called The Finest Fish on Board Game Geek. There's some nice pictures. I think it looks really cool. Actually.
Okay.
Don't judge it by its cover.
All right.
Oh, we can get a picture of it?
I judge all games by the covers.
I do too, and that's the problem. I was like, and pass. Then I saw that and I'm back in.
What's wrong with judging a game by its cover? Somebody designed and put together that cover.
That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, does that say that game to you, though?
Not particularly,
No.
EST.
Finest Fish? Oh, are we going to get the
Roy's going to pull up the picture. Why was pull up a picture?
Yep.
I took a typing test last night. I'm 85 minutes, 1% error.
85
I don't think 1%.
minutes.
85 minutes per
85
word?
It took you 85 minutes per word.
That
sounds like me typing.
It's a fish.
85 words per minute.
It's not bad.
Anyway, that looks good.
What's a good typing speed? I don't know.
Sounds pretty good, but what is the word? I've never understood that.
No, they give you...
Like a random sentence or paragraph.
The tests give you a variety of words and then they average them all together. I'm not happy with that. I want to get to 100, so I'll have to practice. All right. Legends of Andor, The Eternal Frost.
There we go. Let's talk about some things. That's a cover I can get behind.
That's nice.
So I guess Legends of Andor, it says here, he's gotten a little bit of a buzz from the Adventures of Robin Hood. So back to this one. This is a... Is this a standalone? It looks like it's a standalone new game. $50.
Okay. If it is a new starting point, that'll be nice, because the old cycle sort of had a lot in it.
It shows nothing on it, and it also says the beginning of a new era on it.
There we go. Bam.
I like that.
That looks really cool. I like that a lot. I am sure I'll be excited by it.
And that's
I like Andor.
Yep.
Okay, My Island. This is the straight sequel to My City. Now, My City had a little roll and write sequel, which we just got called. What was that called? I forget what it was called. But
My City Rolling, right? I mean, what do you mean?
I don't remember what it was called.
Close to that.
Anyhow,
It was very,
so this is the third one. This is from Reiner Knizia. And this game was supposed to come out earlier, but they delayed it to Q3. Although there will be demos at Gen Con. That's a nice cover, actually. I really like that cover. Although it's funny because the cover looks normal until you notice there's a house floating on 2 hexagons coming in.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's that winking at the world, or like, that basically breaking the fourth wall.
Right.
Where you're like, no, you're laying tiles. This is not real. This is a game. I don't get that drive to let me know on the box
that it's a
game that it's a game. That's like buying a book that I pick up and I go, and then I look at the cover and it says book, and it's a guy holding that book on the cover of the book, and he's going like this. Like, I know it's a book, I'm holding it.
So you're really anti-meta.
It's just weird. Like,
That's why I thought the other thing would bother
it's
us.
an unnecessary extra step you're taking. I know it's a game. Just show me the theme of the game. The island would have done it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just now seeing the hexes as blocked by the light. Okay.
Oh, you hadn't seen that.
I hadn't seen the hexes.
Yeah,
I had to lean over like, okay, yeah, that's...
It's just weird.
Oh, I didn't see those. I'm just now unpacking everything.
You may look at my screen. All right. The next thing we got is Witchcraft. This is a sequel of sorts,
Might need that
or a new version of the game Resist, which at some point the Dice Tower is going to review. It's been sitting on the to be reviewed shelf.
Resist? What do you mean? Mike is all over that.
Oh, he did review that one.
That's a solo game, yeah. I will say this one, Resist, I played. I only played once, to be fair. I thought it was okay. The theme was lovingly done, but it's not a theme I had any relation to. This, I have a lot of relation to witches. Okay? This looks great.
Z is related to a lot of witches, is what I heard.
That's what I'm saying.
On the down.
I really like that.
I like that cover.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do too, but when I glanced at it, for a moment I thought it was the Wizard of Oz, because I thought that was the Scarecrow and Dorothy and that group of four, but then I didn't see the lion.
And that lady is the dog? What do you mean?
And
Shut up.
Pac-Man Moon up there.
Waka, 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 waka.
Anyway, this is coming to GameFound, so you're going to see it sometime in the future.
That looks good.
All right, this next project I thought was an April Fool's joke, but apparently it's not. No, I really did.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
So a game called Boop. So they just made a Halloween version. They're following the patchwork philosophy. It's called Boop.
I like that.
And they announced this at the beginning of April, which is why I thought it was an April Fool's joke. Because this is an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's coming out, so there you go. There's a new meeple, a ghost cat that are in there. They can scare their cats.
I heard this was decent. I haven't played.
I like
Boop,
it. Yeah, it's
I haven't
good.
played Boop either. I know what it's about. It sounds
very simple if you like merging type games.
Yeah.
Because you're putting kittens down. You place a kitten on the board, and whenever you do it, all 8 spaces around it, it pushes those cats one away.
Okay.
You can knock other cats off the board, but you're trying to make 3 of your own kittens in a row, then they merge to become a cat.
Like that app.
Is that how it happens?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how cats are made.
That's what I was thinking.
That's why we bought 5 kittens. We're down to 2 kittens and 1 cat.
I like the math. I think
I love how you took a moment there to be like 3 little ones become a big one. 1 cat and 2 kittens. If you got another kid, 2 cats.
Anyhow.
That's a lot.
All right.
I like this. It's cute.
How do you do?
The first Kickstarter to become anything was Alien Frontiers, which made $14,885, which today we'd be like, garbage.
Yeah.
But now they have Alien Frontiers Edition X. So this is the kind of thing where they didn't want to say 5th edition or whatever.
Right.
So they just jumped to X.
Yeah. ME.
I don't know how many. I know they had at least 3 editions, but this is coming from Tabletop Tycoons under Starling Games. It's going to include some expansions, factions, agendas, outer belt. Factions alone
makes
it much better of a game.
Agree.
And you can buy it for $100. $100 is a lot. I think you can buy it right now from their website. I think.
Okay.
I shouldn't say I think. I did. But anyway,
that's pricey. That's very pricey. But it is.
I think
Alien
it's going to be
Frontiers
in a big box. You know.
And
there's a bunch of content there that was expansions. This is basically a big box edition, but they're not calling it that. Thank you. That's fine. Yeah, I think it's a good game, and that's a good-looking cover. Hopefully, every piece of it has been made well and gels in the box.
Right.
When this comes in, this is a good chance for us to do a catch-up palooza. I'm sure there's some people in the studio who have not played Alien Frontiers.
Does this change a lot of things, or are they kind of sticking to...
I think it's pretty close to the same.
Huh.
you know, if you ask me how I would make Alien Frontiers better, I don't even know a lot of things I could push to. It was a pretty good streamlined game.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
All right, Trifecta has a new version coming out. You remember Trifecta?
Oh, yeah. I loved it.
I don't know this game at all.
No.
Anyway, this is coming out with Fancy Dancing.
Dirty Dancing, that's great.
That would be the sequel to this.
Hat, the hat of my life. Yes, I've
If we would do our
powdered
top 10
wigs.
guilty pleasure movies, that's definitely
Yeah,
on
you
my
love
list.
it. You
yours?
love it.
Oh, I go watch that final scene. I watch it so many times. I like it.
That and Ghost.
No, I don't like Ghost at all.
Really?
There's not a dance scene in Ghost.
There's a ghost in Ghost.
I don't care. And also spoilers. So anyway, this is another game from Tabletop Tycoon. It's a card game about performing your best dance moves in front of the royal court. It's a remake of a 2003 game, Trifecta. I don't know
the original at all.
the fact that the original has got like no buzz.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a cute cover, and it might be a very nice game. It seems to have some nice humor in it. So.
What does Trifecta have to do though with dancing?
I was going to make something up. I can't.
I don't know.
I can't bring it home.
Okay. From All Play, we got a game called Pies coming out with delicious
hello.
pies. This is also a remake of what game? Well, it's in the title.
Yep.
Oh, I know what it is.
See the plum after pies?
Yeah. They're remaking
What a cheeky.
P. Mile Flauman,
That's true. That was the original. That's
and then they called it Plums.
bonus points
Thank you.
for nerds. All right.
Okay, that's cute. This is nice. This is a trick-taking game. I've still got my copy. You know it, right, Tom?
I do. You've mentioned
Pies?
this many times.
Yeah, it's a trick-taking game in which you are playing tricks, collecting cards, and then some cards have things you're trying to satisfy,
Okay.
and you do that with the other cards you've been winning. So you make formulas. This needs 3 pineapples. I've got 3. Bam, that's 6 points or whatever.
So it's quick. All right. Pies and trick taking?
It is All Play, and
It's a
their
good
stuff
game.
is quick, and they also make games look fantastic. That looks great.
Yeah, very
that's a good
excited.
cover.
I'm glad this is coming back.
All right. There was a day, and this day was not long ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, where Funko made games I got excited about them.
Yeah, I remember
I'm
that.
a little less excited now. This
But
one
you
is,
love Indiana Jones.
I
huh?
do. It's one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah.
But this one might be okay. So there's 4 games coming about Indiana Jones.
Oh, only 4?
Yeah, only 4. This is a 2 to 4 player cooperative game where you're playing cards to rescue the Ark of the Covenant, upgrade tiles, attack enemies, race against time. So this one might be good. It looks small. It has some pieces. I look at this and I would play this. I hope it's good.
Okay.
I like that hourglass thing there. That's very
It
Indiana
looks like
Jones-esque.
it fills and then eventually tips over.
Flips, yeah.
Like one of them stupid birds.
The drinking birds?
I like
drinking bird.
What's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
problem with the drinking bird?
No, it's fine. I
love the drinking birds.
You're a connoisseur.
right.
This looks like I like Indiana Jones themes, like the Adventures game.
Oh,
Remember
good.
That one?
Good.
But
Because there's 3 more.
There's 3 more. Let's take a look at the
Okay.
next
Oh,
3.
no.
You remember back in the day when somebody would get an IP and they would make a game?
we all know
Stupid.
Indiana Jones.
Look
the
at
4th one's
these
bad.
3, though.
Always.
First of all, Indiana Jones, Throw Me the Idol, which looks like it looks like a ripoff of Indiana Jones. If you took the word Indiana Jones off, I'm like, oh, this is the VHS of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Throw me.
That's
Yeah,
a
you're right.
terrible cover.
Oh.
That looks like that game where you're running
Yeah,
from
you're right.
idols. Doesn't
It'd
it?
be like
Yeah.
Kentucky Stewart.
But let me tell you what it's about. It's a 2 to 10 player game in which you need to complete challenges, both physical and mental. Are you in?
No! I can do physical challenges.
let's go to
Dexterity
Cryptic.
style game.
Dare ask me to
Okay.
do mental challenges.
Indiana Jones Cryptic, that's an escape room game.
Oh.
Okay, puzzles and pathways.
I might do
adventure.
that.
You
And
do
then
it?
Escape room?
Maybe.
Well, in theory.
And then Something Wild,
You get shot with
which
darts.
that's a series of games
Yeah.
they have that's Rummy-esque and comes with little Funko dudes so that you can...
The mini's the reason to get that.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, these are all out already.
Makes sense.
Really?
I just charge out, jump in the car, I'm going to Target right now.
Are these Target games?
Well, where else would they be released at?
I don't know.
Hey, the movies have taught us
Publix.
the 4th one isn't good. So remember that.
I don't know. Like,
You don't
none
the
of
fourth one?
these.
It's okay.
Crystal Skull?
It's okay.
What's the matter with you?
I don't hate it. There's some really good sequences in it.
Yeah, like the swinging through the jungle on vines.
Okay, I said some good sequences. All right. Pandasaurus has decided that, hey, everyone else is making a trick-taking game, so will we.
So let's go.
In this game called, is it Aurum?
Aurum.
Aurum.
All right, so this is from a game called a designer Shreeshbot.
Rum?
It's a 3 to 4 player game, and it's similar, they're saying, to Potato Man.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like me some Potato Man.
Teams of 2 are competing in a 4-player game anyway. You're going to bid on how many tricks you think you will win.
It's a bidding one, okay.
Then you will lead with any non-gold card. You can play any suit. You have to play a suit that's not been played already.
That's Potato Man, right?
Highest number of wins, but gold is trump and always wins.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I mean, I do like the you can't follow suit thing. I think it's actually a pretty decent twist.
That's a neat change
And
on
Potato
it.
Man did that. It was very good, and I love the cover here. I'm hoping this is good.
I have to cover that.
Yeah.
And another very, very classic game is being remade. The Rich and the Good, it's called now, but originally it was called Hab and Gut, which I actually put on the cover because I think the game was called that for, 10, 15
A long
years?
time, yeah.
Was it ever done in English?
No. This is the first time. It is the same cover, so it's pretty easy to spot.
You like that game, right? This game?
I like it all right, yeah. I taught it to Mike and Chris, I want to say, at one of our events. They liked it, I think. Yeah, Hab and Gut, yeah.
What is it? Euro
It's a
style?
stock manipulation kind of game.
Economic game?
Yeah.
Huh.
In which you buy resources, sell them, then you have a rack of cards on one side of you that you share with this player, and one you share with this player. And you can play one card from here and one card from here to affect the market. It's actually a predecessor to the mythical animals racing in a circle.
Oh.
This came out before that. It's the same game, really, with a theme and a race from the same designer and everything.
You're right.
So this is a predecessor to that. I forget what that's called.
I played the upgraded one, which is called Mythical... Isn't that one by Ares Games, too, though?
It's by Ares, yeah.
No, the Mythical Racing game, too, yeah. Well, I don't know why its name is... It's a mythical... You race a Pegasus in it. All right.
Oh.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
The next game we're taking a look here is Ensemble, which has a very similar looking cover to Trekking Through History.
Yes.
It's not... this just happens to
really
be simultaneous art design. I still like that
pretty.
cover, though. That's a great cover.
That's nice.
This looks like a voting game without communicating, a party game. You're picking a card on display that you think matches a card in the middle of the table.
Okay.
And then you reveal, and people who vote the same way go to the next level. Oh, no. All players have to pick the same way to go to the next level. Otherwise, you lose a life. So it's like the mind with pictures.
Or it's like,
Team wins.
It's like Stella or Dixit or something meets the mind.
But you have to match.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Hey,
I like it. I'm in.
I am too. The weird pictures, the Dixit style, I'll always play.
I love that stuff.
Oh, I thought you were about to make a negative comment.
No. I love
There is a spring in your chair, and the button is over here.
No, I mean, anything with that style, I'll take a look at.
All right. I don't know how to pronounce this. Z?
Why would I know how to pronounce that?
Because you're better at pronouncing words than I am.
Cangaceros. Cangaceros.
You just make it sound better.
Yeah, that's
Unless
true.
you pronounce it right, it sounds better.
There's another game
I don't
from
actually know what
Ares.
that means. Is this supposed to be a place, a people's? I don't know.
All right, well, let's see. This is from...
that board.
I think it's a Portuguese word because it's set in Brazil.
Okay, so it's Portuguese. I don't know how to say
2 to 5 player game. It's coming out in May. It's a strategic competitive game. You're going to play a gang that tries to survive in hostile desert territories while being hunted by the Volantes, the state police trained to kill them. There are 20 different chiefs that you could have. Each have their own unique abilities and characteristics. You'll have a 7-card deck. You're collecting resources, place bandits to guard regions, assault the city. Basically, it just sounds like a big Euro game, but with some attacking. It looks cool.
It looks amazing.
It looks good. That board, that looks nice.
This is probably my most exciting of all the news we've looked at. This is the one I'm most excited about. I love the look of the board. I like the theme and that cover. Whew. Yeah, I'm in.
And you said it's Euro style?
But it looks very confrontational.
Yeah, it looks like a mixed one.
Yeah, I like
They
that.
call that a hybrid, I think.
Next we have we have French Quarter. So French Quarter is the next game in the quote-unquote loaded roll and write line from Motor City Gameworks. They did Three Sisters and Motor City.
Yes.
They also did that Fleet the Dice game.
Fleet, yeah.
I like Fleet.
So this is the next one. Matt Riddle, Ben Pinchback, and Adam Hill. I do wonder how much we can stretch this same thing. Like, hey, it's another roll right where if you check this off, you check these off, which checks this off. Like, I like Three Sisters and Motor City a lot.
And Fleet? You check Fleet?
You know, I have never played Fleet the Dice game. I do it mostly to annoy Brant Sanderson, who says I have to play it before I die, and I'm now determined to die first.
Good.
I can help you.
Which
Avoid
one?
the game.
Play Fleet or okay?
Yeah, we're on video. We're on video, dude.
I can help you.
Anyhow, I don't like how that board looks at all, actually.
I don't like how that cover looks. I'm not a fan
No,
of
that
cover.
that covers a bit too.
The macrame looking stuff there.
Stresses me out. And the bananas at the bottom, those are banners.
That gate leads to my grandmother's house, I believe.
It really does. It's a creepy doll behind it.
It's fine. It looks like, I mean, from what we've seen here, it looks like another roll and write.
Yeah, well, they do make good ones.
It might
They
be
do.
great, you know, and again, I don't know. Maybe I'll try this one. It'll be my favorite roll and write, but I'm not sold on it.
All right, here's my exciting news.
Okay.
Oh.
Catan, I'm sorry, Starship Katan is coming back.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, looks like that's Catan Starship, the Duel, or whatever in German. So, it's... I don't know. We haven't seen an English version, but I assume so. Starship Katan is a great two-player game. I really like it.
Now, to be fair, Starship Katan was remade as that North Wind game.
But
Reworked a little
they kind of
bit.
made it a little bigger, which it didn't
It was
need
much
to be.
bigger, actually, and it was multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
More than two.
And I liked it enough, I put it in the Dice Tower library. But Starship Katan is still cleaner and faster.
That's the OG.
Yeah.
It is.
This was the first Catan game that ever came out.
But this is Duel.
That is not true. I'll be doing a video on that later, and that's incorrect.
You're going to correct me.
I will. All right. GameFound announced a whole pile of stuff that's coming soon to GameFound, so we'll just quickly go through this.
Okay.
So first
Yes.
That's not on my thing here. Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so Descent, Legends of the Dark. This is the third edition of Descent. They said it's not, but it is. So,
Okay, Descend Legends of the Dark. Okay.
Legends of the Dark was a $150 or was it $200 game? I forget. It was
I don't know, it was
big
a
game.
lot of game.
And it was very, very app-driven, and it was
Yes.
campaign-driven. There was 6 different characters, and you played through the app. I played through it a lot to do the review of it, and eventually got to a point where the app just failed on me for whatever reason, and I couldn't progress in the campaign.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, that's good enough. I played 18 scenarios. I can review it, and I did. I thought it was okay. There's a lot of terrain in that box.
Cardboard terrain.
Yeah, a lot of cardboard terrain and stuff. Anyhow, that was 3 years ago.
I'm hoping you're going to tell me this is like you can do scenarios on this. It's not full campaign.
Hold on to your
Come
horses.
on, give it to me.
Hold on.
I'm so excited. I'm going to close my eyes when I listen to this.
You're gonna like this. So first of all, it's $150.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
You can only play this if you finish the first campaign. I'm not kidding. In fact, that's when they asked me if I want to review this, and they said the only way you could review it, though, is if you finish the first campaign, because this is a continuation of the first campaign.
That is a complete opposite of what I wanted this game to be.
I know. I'm so happy right now.
You have to finish.
Oh.
Then you may start, like, basically, I'm assuming where one ends, this picks up.
This is Forgotten Circles for Descent.
Is that how that
Yeah.
works?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think more people finished Gloomhaven.
I think they
than finished
did. That's the
Legends
thing.
of the Dark. Man, I'm really surprised. I really thought it would
man.
be a standalone game that was compatible.
I was
Sure.
excited. At
Now, on one hand, I get it. If you are in Descent and you play through and you're like, now the characters, each of the 6 characters gets a new character card. They also said new art, which meant they got rid of the crappy art from the first one.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, so it's like, let's say you're playing D&D. Now we're up to level 6 and 7. You know, you get to play fun, on a higher level thing. At the same time, though, how many people are going to get this, I wonder?
I can't imagine.
I don't know. That cover is awesome.
I
but
know.
The idea of having to finish a game before you jump into this one, I don't know.
I really thought it would be a standalone, but it is Chapter 2. I mean, give me that.
All right.
Okay, well, anyhow. Now let's go to the Game Found stuff. First of all, these are some upcoming titles. They did the thing called Game Found Feast, whatever.
Game Found Feast, okay.
Firefly, the game, 10th Anniversary Edition.
I'm in.
This is the one where you fly around?
You like Firefly?
Okay, now, this is a trick, because I'm not... Yes, the TV show is great. I wish they brought it back. Okay, that's a standard answer you have to give.
You do.
The board game, not particularly, because it's too long.
Is this the one that's like basically Outer Rim before Outer Rim was out?
Yes.
Yeah, this game sucks.
Pick up and deliver.
I hate it.
Disagree.
Oh my gosh.
I do like this game.
You do?
It's simple.
No. Oh, yeah,
Outer
I guess.
Rim more, but it's...
That's like saying this is simple is kind of like saying Monopoly's simple. It is simple. It's also too long.
It is too long.
I'm talking about Monopoly.
Oh.
Which is a lot like Firefly. Because they both suck.
It's not too long. It's one season.
I don't really like it. I thought this game was not good. I rated this like a 3.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, I was higher than that. I think I gave it a 6 because I liked the game. My biggest problem was the length.
My problem is what doesn't fit
Also,
on
you
many
couldn't
tables.
have the Firefly. Like only one person gets to have the crew members.
You have a Firefly class ship, though. You don't have to have that one. Also, you should not call your ship after the ship class.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think you're wrong. I'm trying to think of Star Trek, but no.
Is there a name for the ship? I thought it was just called... Oh, maybe I'm wrong. No, did it have a name?
It was a Firefly class ship, right?
It is a Firefly class. What's the
did it
name
have
of
a
the
name?
ship?
I can't.
You're not a real Firefly fan, then, are you?
Hey, I'm more the game.
Alrighty. Anyway, if you want this, I'm assuming it's going to have a lot of... They made several expansions for it.
It's a cool looking box. It looks like a big box, a catch-all kind of thing.
And Z's back in.
Yeah, I love the larger the box, the better.
I'll bet money there's a big plastic dinosaur in it. All right.
Oh, I get it. It's a Firefly reference.
And Mike's excited because there's a Coloma reprint and expansion coming from Final Frontiers.
Serenity. Yeah, okay, there we go.
You're right. It was called the Serenity. I knew that.
How did you know that?
Because I remembered it now.
What, next you told me they made a movie.
To wrap it all up.
Moving on. Did anyone die in that movie? Don't.
Oh,
Coloma. I like how those two covers...
Now. It's been 10 years.
Those two covers kind of go together? But
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, do they fit together?
The top is different. The top
it bothers me because they almost go together.
They almost go together.
They're close.
Also, the perspective is way off.
That one guy's bigger than the building in the other one.
Yeah, right. So, no, I guess they don't go together.
But you have to finish one on the left before you can play the one on the right. That's the way it works, right?
Next, we have Carson City Big Box, which already exists.
Okay. Carson City, that's good, that's good.
They're just reissuing it with, and there's also a newly designed standalone solo mode.
There we go.
Which sounds, again, I don't think every game needs a solo mode.
Every
a game that you're
needs a
playing
solo
workers
mode.
to attack other people. What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I need a solo mode for this.
All right.
Does Firefly have a solo mode?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because no one will play with you, so you have to.
I've created my own.
All right. Also, then finally, Creature Caravan. Ryan Lockett is moving from Kickstarter to GameFound.
Ooh.
What?
You roam the skies in Sleeping God's Distant Skies, which I'm still waiting on. Yeah. And now you must face threats in the land of Arzeum. 1 to 6 player games. There's 134 cards. You use combinations of actions and abilities to protect your cargo. So it sounds like a much smaller game.
Sure.
I love that cover. I love that. Whatever that blue creature
What is that pulling a wagon?
I want it. I want to own one of those.
That's fantastic.
It's enormous.
Probably sheds a lot, though.
It's okay.
Also, is that ship in the water? Or is it in a snowbank?
Build a bigger wagon, too. If you have that thing pulling you, you need a bigger wagon.
You could have 2 wagons.
You could. You give it a train. I want that. Yeah.
That's a cool looking cover. That sounds interesting.
Perspective,
Again,
though. That
Ryan Lockett, whatever Ryan Lockett puts out, I'm going to be at the very least intrigued by.
Same here.
All right. And then finally, an expansion for Cascadia.
Oh,
called Landmarks, and what a beautiful cover.
Yeah, this is nice.
So Landmarks gives each environment in Cascadia its own look and feel, and also provides dynamic endgame scoring bonuses.
Okay.
Also, there's more unique wildlife scoring cards and habitat tiles to add variety and enough components to play it with 5 to 6.
Yes. Finally.
Anyway, Beth Sobel definitely is some of the best. She's the best nature artist I think there is.
I agree. No, it's stunning.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
Beautiful.
Cascadia might play good 5 and 6.
It might. Yeah, no, I'm just being silly.
I could see playing at 5
You
at
make
least.
jokes. You know, it's just jokes, man.
No.
Some of us don't write them down.
You don't joke about 5 or 6. You don't joke about 5 or 6.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, that's the news. Alright.
Bam.
Alright, folks, today
There
we're
it
talking
is.
about our most disappointing movies. For me,
Wait, movies? Shoot.
For me, I did not put franchises for 2 reasons. One, because if I said Star Wars, Episode 7, 8, 9, also, that's cheating because it's multiple movies, and also because then people come in and be like, stop hating on Star Wars. I can say I like Star Wars and still not like some of the stuff, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
did you not put any movies that are in franchises?
I didn't say that.
Okay. All right, 'cause I'm like, oh.
But I don't, like, when I saw 7, I liked it a lot. 8, I had
Okay.
mixed feelings on. 9, I really disliked. But when I went to see 9, I had no more aspirations.
Right, at that point you were beaten down.
Right.
Yeah, so,
I don't mind, like, again, I'm not as big a fan of Star Wars, so I took them. Yeah, there's things in them that I thought were dumb and bad choices, but I also was not like, how dare you ruin everything I've been invested in? I didn't care that much.
I liked 7 more than most people just because it had nostalgia on it.
okay, so again,
I
we're
like
not
7,
saying...
I really like 8, actually. I like the middle one the best.
Really? Huh.
I want to be clear that these are not the worst movies of all time.
No.
These are movies that all 3 of mine I was really pumped about and then was disappointed horribly. Like, I think they all are bad movies, but I went in expecting something much better.
My number 3, I don't necessarily think is a bad movie,
Well, go ahead, tell us what it is.
Ooh.
but I was disappointed.
Okay.
My number 3 is The Dark Tower. The Dark Tower is a Stephen King series of books.
Right.
It's like
Big
his
series.
magnum opus, right?
Yeah.
Is The Dark Tower. This thing had been licensed to be turned into a movie for like a decade, at least. It had been like just in limbo for a long time. They finally are like, there's a Dark Tower movie coming out. There's a trailer. Oh my goodness. And then this thing comes out. It's an hour and like 27 minutes. It's like they barely scraped together a movie.
Yeah.
Okay? And it is a bunch of pieces from like a bunch of the books. There's a beginning, a middle, end, boom, they wrap it up. I'm like, this is 7 monumental books. And you made, it's like the opposite of when they turned The Hobbit into 3 3-hour movies. You took all of this and you were like, something, shut up. Like, they made...
Was it made to be the first of many, or did they try to put everything in this book?
It did not feel like it was made to be the first of many.
Well,
no.
they want to see if it made enough money first, which it did not.
You also can't kill the main bad guy in the first one. Spoiler alert, nobody cares.
That's, yeah.
I didn't read the books, so
Right.
I went
A
into
lot
this
of
blank.
books.
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was bad. It was just a fine movie.
Has
I
a
thought it was
cowboy in it, right?
fine also, yeah.
Okay.
I also thought it was fine as a movie on its own, but it was a huge disappointment as someone who's read the books and was hoping for a new big epic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With sequels and what have you. So, bleh. Bleh.
Hey, what about you?
All right, so mine goes in a franchise that I love, and it was let down on. It was A Good Day to Die Hard. That's the biggest one for me. I love the Die Hard every year. Christmas, it's a great Christmas movie.
It's called It's a Good Day to Die Hard?
Yeah,
Day
A
to
Good
Die
Day to
Hard.
Die Hard is the latest one.
Yeah, it was 4th or 5th?
No, 4th was...
Die Hard with Vengeance. It's supposed to be fifth.
No, it's Die Hard. Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
Yes.
That is actually what it's called.
Yep.
Die Hard.
Live Free, Die Hard?
That's later. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Then Live Free,
Then
Die
Live Free or
Hard.
Die Hard is the fourth one with the techie guy.
Yeah, that's a techie one. Is this the one with the kid?
This one, he goes to his son in Russia.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, this is like the newest. Live Free or Die
His
Hard.
son is like, I knew it was like 2000 something, like 13 or something. His son over there is like in the CIA, and he has to help him. He's attacked by global terrorists. It did not have a Die Hard feeling at all. And it's just that for me, I was excited about. And I will watch all the Die Hards in a row, and I will stop, and I will be done.
So you like the fourth one?
I do like the fourth.
I thought the fourth one was really good, actually.
I do.
I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Same here. I mean, first one was great. Second one was great.
Which one's your favorite?
The first one.
What? The third one. That's the
Third one is my favorite. The third
Really?
The third one is clearly the best one.
Because Jeremy Irons is the best bad guy.
He is.
He's so good.
Samuel L.
The first one's
Jackson's
good
not in the second one, okay? He's in the third one, okay?
First one's just iconic, though.
It is, right. I like the second one
man.
too. I think the second one's an underrated movie. I think it's really interesting.
I agree. The fifth is what took this below, dropped the franchise for me. A Good Day Die. Because I was talking John Wick, I think is one of the best action franchises out there. Consistently.
I agree.
Die Hard dropped off this one.
My number 3, I should have known better going in. But everything good about this movie was in the trailer.
Shrek 2.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, no.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, there's two.
Hold on, Tom.
Was there a twist? I'm just kidding.
The Happening?
Yeah, it's The Happening. What? Hey, look. Look, The Happening. The trailer looks really interesting, though.
Oh, goodness.
And also, the movie starts
I agree with that.
The movie, like, people just start dying. They're killing themselves. You're like, whoa, what is this? I was so excited.
I'll tell
and
you
at the
what
end, I was like, wait a minute. It's the wind.
It's the wind, son. It's coming for you. Yeah, I guess you should have known not to fart in the wind.
That was bad.
Okay?
It was such a... The movie... I still think the opening of the movie is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The credits.
No, like the construction guys just start jumping off a building and the people in the park. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? And after that, it's just trash.
Yeah.
I was so pumped about that movie.
Also, Marky Mark does a terrible job in that movie. He's so bad in it.
Well, so's what's her name? Is it Zoe?
I don't know who else is in it. I don't care.
Deschanel?
Marky Mark is bad enough for everybody in that movie. He's so bad. He's supposed to be like a high school teacher, science teacher.
Mike says, The Happening wasted a tour de force performance from Marky Mark.
Yeah. Well, it's just terrible.
Okay.
That's
all right, what's your number 2, Z?
All right, my number 2 is the most recent, and I was very disappointed by this. And this is Thor, Love and Thunder.
Really?
I get it.
Thor, Love and Thunder was a huge disappointment, man.
The music, though. You like the music?
Sure, whatever. The music. I can get an album for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was tonally so all over the
Convoluted?
map. It's just, you know, I think it has one of the best opening sequences in any Marvel movie, actually. The stuff with the guy in the desert and the finding this oasis of gods and being like, I will avenge my offspring and kill all the gods and all of. Fantastic. Black and white. I mean,
he's great the whole movie.
It's amazing.
He's good.
That opening is amazing. I'm like, this movie's going to be amazing. And then immediately you cut from that to like last week on the Avengers. Like, it's so bad. Like, it's so tone deaf. They really botched that. You're trying to tell me like 3 different movies at once. Then you jump from that really silly Thor doing a split in the air to kill some weird aliens to like, and we're back to this character who has cancer. And I'm like, pick a thing! Pick a tone! Yeah,
I liked
it was
better
everywhere.
than you did, but it definitely was a big drop off from the third one.
Awful.
It's like they went in knowing the comedy is what people liked in Ragnarok, and then they just leaned into it way too hard. That was...
I think that's it. Ragnarok was great. Totally fun, a little bit of some seriousness, but like No one had cancer in Ragnarok. You know what I mean?
That was the roughest. You like the opening scene? That was rough.
Yeah.
That first opening scene was like,
They went for both extremes, like really stupid,
Yeah.
and very serious stuff.
I was rooting for the guy. I was like, I can see where he's coming
And
from.
Thor
Yeah.
I will give you, there's a lot of bad the hammer, they could have cut that whole subplot out.
There's a lot. They
Yeah.
should have picked one story and told that story.
I agree.
And I agree that the one with the God Butcher was the most compelling thing in there. Tell that story.
Yep.
And I think they could have still had him be funny.
He
know,
can be
at
lighthearted,
points. Right,
yeah,
yeah.
but it also does not need to be the screaming goats. The whole thing is just so
Screaming goats.
stupid.
What was it? Russell Crowe was.
Russell Crowe
Yeah.
doing the Zeus thing. It was not just funny and silly. It was childlike.
It was. Yeah.
Anyway, I had serious problems with it. Okay.
Yep. All right, so we're going to stick to Marvel, which makes them the best.
Wait, is this MCU?
No.
Okay.
Daredevil.
X-Men 2.
See, what's sad?
X-Men 3.
X-Men 3, actually.
I could have went so many places with this one, but I went for me, somebody I liked growing up, and it was.
Oh,
It was-
Green Lantern is what this is.
Oh, that's DC, right? No.
Batman.
No. Okay, so for me, it was Hulk, the 2003, I think, Eric Bana.
Oh, that Hulk.
When
the Ang Lee Hulk.
when he gets really angry, he turns into a cartoon.
Yeah, but he gets to fight cartoon dogs.
It was brutally bad. And I mean, Marvel consistently though we're putting out bad movies. I could have picked Fantastic Four. I could have picked a lot of these, but this one I just thought they're not even trying anymore.
It was a movie from someone. Ang Lee again is a very well-regarded film director.
Yes.
It was a movie from someone who didn't quite get it.
Right.
And he was
you can
like,
tell.
oh, comic books. So I'll do panels on the screen. And then like, and then like zoom into a panel. I'm like, that's not what we liked about the comics.
Yeah, but you forget how little Hulk there is in that movie. I took
Yes.
Melody, she was a little girl, and she liked the Hulk. I was like, we're going to see the Incredible Hulk. An hour in the movie, she's like, Daddy, where's Hulk? I'm like, I think he's coming.
Be quiet and enjoy the drama.
It was. Oh, yeah, that was.
Oh, man.
Oh, and they did that stupid thing where it's like, he turns into Hulk, but they don't want to show you him as the Hulk. I'm like, we all know he's the Hulk.
Right.
You don't need to do this whole... You don't get to see the monster till the third act. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, is a trope I hate.
M. Night Shyamalan, yeah.
All right, actually, my number 2 is this is going back to college days, but it's also a superhero movie, but I'm going to DC.
Darkman.
When I heard the casting for this movie, I was so pumped. Because,
All right, wait, DC.
in retrospect...
Wait, you hold on.
Hold up, we'll give
you
us a
said
chance.
college?
Yeah.
All right, so 90s we
You
got.
heard the casting. It was DC. It's got to be Daredevil. It's not it? I don't
That's
know.
Marvel. No, so...
Whoa. I'm sorry. DC.
Wait, we going the Batman franchise? We're not going against
Yes.
George Clooney, are we? Batman and Robin?
It's not George Clooney. It's when I heard that they had cast Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. I was like, that's perfect. He's going to be really good in that role.
Right.
And then they had Alicia
'Cause he's such a
Silverstone
good
as Batgirl,
performer.
and I was like, yes.
Who's
No,
Batman?
but I mean, Mr. Freeze doesn't need to say a lot. Obviously, he could have kept his mouth shut for a while of that movie.
Was that
I
Keaton or
disagree,
Michael
man.
or Val Kilmer?
That's
that was Clooney.
Clooney,
That was
yeah.
oh, was
Freeze. I'm Batman.
So it's Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that's also where they pulled out the credit cards.
Yeah.
My
Never leave the
word.
Batcave without it.
It started off and
It's
Batman
the
was
most
playing.
quotable of all of them.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. You know?
It was.
Batman and Robin, and the thing is, I was pumped because I thought those would be good actors.
Yeah.
And it started off, and you said it's quotable, but they wrote the quotes before they wrote the movie.
Correct.
You know what I mean? That
I was also joking by that.
No, but I mean, if
there's a lot of quotes that are all that every time you say one, you're like, this movie sucks.
Right.
You know, you say the line and the understatement, you know, the subtext there is the movie is bad.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, and like, you know, everybody chill. All the stuff he says, like every line is a
I don't
joke.
know, again,
and
though,
if Mike writes again that Batman and Robin wasted a tour de force performance from anybody.
But that's the thing, right? There was nothing There's like nothing good about that movie.
No, I agree.
But I went into it kind of excited because I think Mr. Freeze is a cool bad guy.
Yep.
And
I get it.
And even though I did not like what's his name as Robin in the last movie,
the suits are great.
It was Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell, right?
O'Donnell.
NCIS.
And then but then I thought, hey, Alicia Silverstone. At the time, I was like, oh, she's very nice. You know what? It was just a big disappointment.
Yeah, and you missed Val Kilmer, right?
You know what? Joking aside, I like Val Kilmer. I think he's a good Batman. I don't know if he's a good Bruce Wayne, but he's a good Batman.
He was
fine. Everybody who's done it has been fine. I mean, I don't think there's been a Batman that's been... There's been a lot of other people who I'm like, I wouldn't have cast that person as a bad guy.
Right.
Or whatever, or as an extra character around Batman, but I think the people who have played the titular character have done a fine job, all of them.
All right, what's your number one?
What's my number one? I don't know. Ooh. Oh, I do know. They had a long time. That's the problem with this movie is they had a long time to think on this, to get this right, to understand what people liked from the previous films.
If you say The Hobbit, people are going to just turn it off right now.
They had a long time to figure out what people liked from the first, from the earlier movies and what they didn't like.
Oh, no.
Okay? Oh. They had a long time
to
let that simmer.
You're going into it? Are you?
The Matrix Revolutions.
That's right.
Is that the newest one?
There's notes.
I haven't seen it yet because I'm scared. Is it that bad?
It's terrible!
Oh, no.
It's like people are like, we like the fights, we like these things. You know, we don't like a lot of the stupid philosophy. They're like, well, we're doubling down.
We'll give you the fights, you complainers, but it'll be the same fights. Like, literally, there are scenes from the first movie in this new movie from different angles.
Really?
And I'm like...
Does the camera move around during the angles and...
Ish. I mean, again, that scene, the opening scene from The Matrix, is in this movie. At the opening. From somebody else who's watching it.
Wow.
It is so bad. It was such a letdown. This is the only one, and I'll be transparent here. It's the only one of these I have not finished. I couldn't bring myself to finish it.
It's that bad.
It was so bad.
It's still on my list to see.
You should not see it. Like, not even because it's like bad, you should watch it so we can laugh about it together. It's not that. It's not. It won't even inspire that. It's so bad. It was a huge disappointment. And again, they had all this time to figure out how do we come back to this franchise with a bang. We did it. 1999, The Matrix, amazing movie, and a couple of sequels that had their moments. You know, like you've got a lot there to work with. You can pick and choose. You know what people like. You can make an amazing film, action-packed, some lore, sure, whatever, but something that is watchable, that is compelling, like The Matrix. Nope, that is not where they decided to go. It is so bad.
Makes me really sad.
What do you got?
All right, so mine was one because I was excited about it. Again, disappointing if you go into the bar up here. And this movie was going to launch a whole franchise that was going to, like Marvel, go up against the MCU and really good. And also, another actor in one of yours, Russell Crowe, was in this.
Oh, I know what this is.
So
I do know what this is.
Going into this, I was pumped about this, and that is The Mummy. The Mummy with Tom Cruise, who, spoilers, not the Mummy, but it's like, this was supposed to be, they had it planned out afterwards. They're going to have like Angelina Jolie, the Bride, the Dark Universe, and you're going to have Johnny Depp, the Invisible Man. It was like, I was like, this is going to be it.
Well, I know they have it planned out because halfway through the movie, they're like, before we go any further, we're going to explain to you that we're in an expanded universe.
Yes.
Right. This was going to happen until Tom Cruise took over, and they blame it all on him. I don't know what happened, but a lot happened in this.
It was an okay movie.
It was okay, but didn't launch. For me, it was disappointing because it was supposed to launch everything, and after that, they were like, hold on. We're just going to
I agree. They canceled that whole thing.
They canceled everything after that.
Yeah.
And that is why I was like, Man.
You like that stuff. You were excited about
I was
a
excited
modern
about it.
spin.
I thought a modern spin on these Universal monsters, I thought was going to be so interesting, you know?
I also thought that I didn't like it because, again, it's not fair to compare it to the other Mummy movies.
Right.
But tonally, it was just so depressing. Like, Tom
Yes.
Cruise
The
seemed to have
Dark
no
Universe
joy.
is called the Dark Universe.
I know, it just had, but the good guys should have a little joy, I think. It
No.
just,
Okay, what do you want? This isn't the light universe. It's the dark universe. Everybody needs to be depressed.
all right.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I didn't hate it, but I hated the fact that it didn't launch anything further, and it was like, it disappointed me because that was supposed to be the beginning of everything. And it wasn't.
My number one is a movie that's a sequel to another movie, and the first movie is considered to be a bad movie, so there's that. But again, this was in college, and the first movie, even though it's a trashy movie, I love it. I love everything about it. It's just a stupid, fun movie to watch. But the sequel was so bad in every way, where they
Teen
killed
Wolf
off
2.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
where they killed off one of the main characters of the first movie in like the first 3 minutes.
Oh, whoa. No, that can't be right. No, I don't know then. What is this?
Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Okay, no, I don't care. I make no apologies. I like Mortal Kombat. I actually don't like the
new one?
The new one, I don't.
Okay.
But the original one, yes, it's cheesy and stupid, and All Get Out has an amazing soundtrack. But I mean, it's a stupid movie. But it was fun. You just watched all these people do these fights. You saw Sub-Zero. You saw the stupid animation. It was better than the video game as opposed to, let's say, a Street Fighter movie.
Okay.
And it was just silly fun. And so when they said there's a sequel, I'm like, oh, they're going to bring in more characters and stuff. And it just went nowhere. They killed off Johnny Cage in the first 3 minutes, or a lookalike anyway. And then they jumped from thing to thing. The movie's such a huge mess.
I honestly think of them together in my head. They're like almost the same movie.
I agree.
They're
the new one?
not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the new one was decent.
The bar was low. So that's
Yeah,
why I like the new one.
right. The new one had some decent stuff in it. There's
Yeah.
a few. It has its moments.
But 2 was, I remember.
2 and 1 to me
giving up.
mixed together, honestly. There's a few sequences I like from... Like, I couldn't tell you right now, I like when they fight Smoke. Is that the first or the second?
No.
That's the second, right?
Yeah.
Jax with a crazy arm, that's the second.
Yes.
Yes.
But those
Yes.
are like some cool sequences in a bad movie. Yes,
Oh,
the
yeah,
second one had a
yeah.
much better fight sequence, but the first one just was interesting. It was like these guys, they get to this tournament, here's a tournament, tournament's over. Second one, they're like, there might be a tournament. No, we're going to break off tournament. You need to go to training. Don't finish your training. Go over here. I'm like, what is going on? I hated every moment of it.
I agree with that. That's... It was interesting, M. Night Shyamalan, you could have picked several movies from his. Because he
The
had a
Happening
couple of
is,
mine.
though, famously, really bad.
Would you put Avatar and The Village in there too?
I never saw Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't have
like
that
The
connection to
Village.
Avatar. And I already knew what was going to happen at the end of Village, so...
Really? You guessed The Village?
No, that was spoiled for me.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I also waited.
The Happening is one I saw not that long ago. Maybe, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago. I finally, it was on HBO or something, so I saw it. And sure enough, I was like, it can't be that bad, guys. No, it's that bad. I did not realize it would be that bad. And Mark Wahlberg doing the whole, what are you talking about? No, I would never do that. He's always does that wilt at the end when he's trying to be serious. It's like, oh my gosh, this is painful to watch.
All right, well, there you go, folks. Our 3 most disappointing movies. Well, let's keep going.
Hi, I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother. I specialize in games that can be played in 20 minutes or less. And on some of these segments, I'm going to be talking about games for adults. Sometimes I'm going to be talking about games for kids. Today, I want to talk about what I consider the most popular modern board game for kids, and that is Sleeping Queens. Sleeping Queens was published in 2005, and it is a game in which your goal is to be the first to collect a certain number of queens or to get up to a certain point value of queens. You collect queens by placing down king cards, and those let you pick queens, but you can't collect there are different point values for the queens and different types of queens, and there's fun things like you can't have both the queen of cats and the queen of dogs. They don't get along. Kids love bits like that. But then once you have queens, you can play a knight card. Someone can play a knight card on you and try to take one of your queens away, unless you stop them with a dragon card. People can play sleeping potion on one of your queens and try to put them back to sleep out in the center of the board unless you stop them with a magic wand. There are some simple math problems you get to do in this game. You're given these number cards that really do you no good. So you make math problems out of them to clear out your hand and get to draw new cards, and hopefully you get the action cards that help you out. And this game, everyone loves. Boys love it. Girls love it. It says ages 8 and up on the box, and usually I go by the age on the box, but it seems like kids as young as 5 are able to play this game with very little issue. But it has good staying power. Kids that are as old as 9 and 10 still really like and enjoy playing this game. So siblings do well playing this game together. As an adult, I'm happy to sit down and play this with them. It's fun. There's interesting things going on. So it ticks all the boxes. Very popular. So you have a game like this and you say to yourself, well, where do I go from here? My kid has been playing this game so much. Good news, they came out with this sequel this past year, Sleeping Queens 2, The Rescue. Just took 17 years for it to happen. It was one of the good things to come out of the pandemic. The family that made the original got together and they came up with Sleeping Queens 2. It is very good. It is very good. It has switched the goal from, instead of the queens being rescued, in this one, the queens are rescuing the kings. And you get to use your number cards to make math problems which allow you to collect a companion. And if the companion and the queen match, then you're able to collect a king. And they still have the different specialty cards like Sleeping Willow, Switch Witch, Wild Gnomes. There are night cards that give you special powers and they can rotate around the board depending on what you roll with the die. This is a bit more of a table sprawl than the original one, which is just a deck of cards. But my kids prefer Sleeping Queens 2, The Rescue. However, they played Sleeping Queens a bunch. So I would say, just because Sleeping Queens 2, The Rescue is very good, you do not skip over Sleeping Queens and go straight to this. Sleeping Queens is still where you would start. And then after you've played it for a year or two and your child's ready to move on to something else or is ready to play it but with some new ideas and concepts, Sleeping Queens 2, The Rescue is the way to go because it is nice to have them grow into different things. I really believe in having games that really hit where the child is for each age. Where the games that they played at 5, maybe we still are playing here and there, but they have new ones they're excited about getting out when they get a year older or the next year, because that just really makes them excited when they get to come and play games that are new and fun to them, but still have some familiar concepts. That's where the sequels in particular are really helpful, and this one is fantastic, so I heartily recommend. You can follow on my website and my YouTube channel if you're interested in more content like this. Thank you so much for having me on today, and back to the folks in the studio.
All right, today we're talking about the most metal of gaming, trick-taking games.
Yes.
Sit down and shuffle, fool.
All right, so trick-taking games have a resurgence. And definitely there's people who like trick-taking games, people who don't.
That is correct, like everything.
Yes, but also I think trick-taking games have a contingent of people who take trick-taking games very seriously.
Very seriously.
Is, you know, it's a thing, and some people grow up in their houses playing anything from heart to rook to, well, I guess bridge is not quite
Euchre.
trick-taking game, euchre.
Yeah.
A lot of these people that grew up and playing these games.
Correct.
So my question was, I just want to talk about how we play them. So first question, when you play a trick-taking game, do you sort your cards out by suit and number?
In your hand?
Yes.
By
Yes.
suit,
Suit.
not number.
Definitely by suit.
Do you worry that someone else will look at your hand and see where you pull the card from?
No, it's by suit, not number, so it doesn't matter.
Huh. No, not really. I will tell you the one thing about rook is the only card that the bird is one way, right? I learned when I was young, my parents played Rook all the time, it's the only card that somebody will turn right side up and put it back in their hand. So you will look around and I'm like, it never helped me as much as I thought it would, but internally I'm like, got him.
Interesting.
It's the only one that if it's upside down, they'll flip it.
So, but I mean, I always thought about that because in most games you want to organize things.
I have to organize it. I mean, well.
Okay, so what if though it's a game? So you said you don't care about number.
The number is fine. I can see the numbers. There's a 9, 2, Jack, whatever. I don't care.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The suits together.
No, yeah. You mean like you do it ascending within the color? No, I don't do that. I do the colors.
Well, what if it's ladder climbing and you want to do pairs and things of numbers? Do you then put the numbers together over colors?
I do not. I still think put the suits together.
No, I'll do it ascending or whatever if it's ladder climbing.
I do. I'm just always like, I'm sitting there thinking, is the other person there watching? I pulled the first one. They're like, that's a low number. Yeah. I don't know that it matters.
Yeah. No, I mean, they might if you play with Joey for sure. He's looking for you to
flip
the bird.
That's where the phrase came from, actually. It's from Rook.
It's a Rook phrase. Term.
He got so many fingers as a child.
Yeah.
It just spread.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long do you play a trick-taking game for? Do you play till the book or rules say it's done? They'll say play hearts till you get to, 500 points or whatever. Play this.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I tend to think that most trick-taking games are too long. Okay? But be aware that comes from the point of view of someone who's a board gamer. I think a lot of people who like trick-taking games and have an evening of trick-taking, like you sit down, you're having a coffee or a soft drink or whatever, everybody's sitting around, you're chatting, you're playing cards, that activity is fine for a couple of hours. You're shuffling up and you're playing and you go to 300 points, whatever. Depends on the game, of course. If that's the setting and that's the vibe, and we're all buying into this together, cool, that's fine. If it's like a gaming day, most trick-taking games, I think, are too long.
I usually play that everyone is leading the trick at least once. That usually works well, despite what the points might say. Especially games where the points go down and up.
Yes.
And it could take, theoretically, a very long time to get there.
Yeah, like a trick-taking game I like, but is a huge... it falls into this pitfall of being too long is Skulking. Skulking is fun. It's fine. It's a piratey game. You predict how many tricks you're going to take, but the real full game is supposed to be 10 hands. And hand 1 has 1 card. Hand 2 has 2 cards. Those are very quick. 3, 4. And then you get to at 5 and above, you have 5 cards. Those rounds get longer. They don't get shorter. They actually get longer. 9 cards for the 9th round. And we have 1 more with 10 cards. It's just way too long. To be fair, newer editions have acknowledged that. And they're like, okay, well, you can play this way. You can play every other round.
Rage starts with 10 and goes to 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Skulking is the opposite of that.
I agree with that. I mean, I think the crew is one of those that you do isolated missions, which is why I do like that, because you'll finish this mission. If it takes you a longer time, then you're going to go to a different game after that. But I know most of these older, especially, they're made to design a night around one game. It's like, tonight we're playing Rook or Spades, and one game. You got your notepad, keep it. That's way too long for me. I've got to, so and some of the more modern ones, I do try to limit it. And it still works. Yeah.
I think the 1 round per player is a good way
I like
to do
that.
it.
I like that.
Now, one thing Z and I differ on in trick-taking is I like perfect or nigh-perfect information, and you don't care.
I prefer not perfect.
So let's say, for example, it's a 60-card deck, and each player gets dealt 10 cards. 20 cards aren't in the game. That drives me nuts.
I hate that.
The only time I like it is if there's 1 or 2 cards out. So there's that tiny bit of uncertainty. I don't mind that. But I don't card count obsessively. I can't do that. I can't keep track of every card played. But I can card count generally. I think we played. I'll look, the 7's been played, and that I'll remember because I have the 6. And that's important to know when I can play that.
Suits that matter to you. Or you
right, suits that matter. So I do a little bit of card counting, and I cannot do that. To me, having more cards that aren't used is just chaos.
I like the feeling of pushing your luck that not perfect information brings to trick taking. Like trick taking with perfect information, like again, 10 cards if you're playing 6 players. If you're playing 5 players, remove the 1 from every suit or something, so that there are 50 cards for 5 players.
Yeah, I like that.
It's perfect, right? I'd rather there be some information I don't know, so that when I look at my hand of cards and I'm holding, the suits go up to 10 and I'm holding the 9 of whatever, I don't know if it's the highest card of the table or not. So I'm like, I'm going to play it. Maybe this is the best card, but maybe 2 people down, bam, they had the 10. It's like, I gambled and I lost. I love that. I really like that. You know what I mean? Or I might go the other way and be like, the 10 might be at the table. Let me try to draw it out by playing low. You know what I mean?
And that's a good...
I love that. I love when it's not perfect information. I want to feel like I'm not just solving a math problem. I'm playing a game. I'm like taking risks.
I can see it gives you variability because it is math. You are trying to figure out. Like in your example, you do want to hold on to that 9. It's like they got to play that 10. They're not playing it. They're not playing it. And if it's imperfect, you're like, maybe it's one of those 4 cards. Mathematically, it's probably not. But you're like, you know what? Let's just see how it works out.
Yeah, I like that feeling of I'm gonna roll the dice on this one.
I guess I wish I liked the whole sure thing of it, but I do see the other point too. But I do like waiting for them to play it.
What about table talk?
Oh yeah, how open are you to? People get so specific, during the crew, and it's like, remember when we were 16, you filmed Blue or whatever. It's like, come on.
That's hilarious.
That's a bit on the nose.
I don't know if I've ever dealt with much table talk at a trick-taking game.
Really?
Well,
Have you?
I was actually. That's straight cheating. I was talking about. Do you like to play the game, or do you mind? Some people just talk about anything else, and they play trick taking in the background.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Because I find that happens at trick taking games. It seems like there's 2 different people. There's people who are sitting there, and it's almost in silence. See, teach you games.
I think it depends on how thinky the game is.
It depends
really,
on the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if it's a game like Spades or Rook or whatever like that, if it's the crew, I have to focus on that.
Yeah, if you have to focus, then it's a little more problematic. I'd rather play a trick-taking game that, again, I get to relax a little bit. I don't have to be on card count and watch for people's moves and be don't make a mistake. This is crucial. I want to relax into it a little more. And so, yeah, if a little conversation's flying, I can play and converse.
But it also differs if it's co-op or competitive. If it's co-op,
the cooperative thing, there's no need to discuss that. There's 2.
If it's competitive, I don't care if you talk, because I will beat you the more you don't think about the game.
That's fine, right? That's it. Or teams.
You turn your cards upside down.
Teams, 2-on-2, whatever, team games.
I'll see you.
But yeah, the whole cooperative discussion thing is, there's none of that. That's a very new phenomenon. Okay, you're cult of the new, Joe.
I am very cult of the new. Are there more trick-taking games in the crew? That's it, right?
There's another one with the trader.
Huh? Yeah, Inside Job. Yeah, you played that yet?
No, I don't believe in it.
It's got you don't believe in traders?
I don't believe in that game existing.
No, there's a bird in there. It's a flip.
Folks, thanks so much for watching Board Game Smorgasbord. Tell us what you like to do in trick-taking games below. We'll be back in 3 hours and 45 minutes to do the top 10 video games of all time. It'll be the 3 of us joined by Roy Canada.
What?
Roy? Who's going to have the newest games? Who will have the oldest games? Who will have the most obscure games? Will there be crossover? I bet there will be.
Yep.
We'll see then. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Z Garcia.
Have fun taking tricks. No, trick taking.
Flip it.